Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Welcome back to Crafty Vlogmas, dear craft enthusiasts. On this joyful day 27, we are thrilled to bring you a special treat as we welcome back the incredibly talented Lynn from LV Handcrafted as our esteemed guest. Lynn is not only a crafting inspiration but also an integral part of the design teams for some of the most coveted brands in the industry, including Not Too Shabby Shop, Graphic 45, Imagine, Pear Blossom Press, Creatables, Oh So Inspired, and as the design team lead manager of Kendra's Card Challenges and Cat's Crappiness. Today's episode promises to be extra special as Lynn shares her expertise and insider tips on how to elevate our crafting game using the mesmerizing letterpress from Spellbinders, a platform where she also showcases her skills as a valued design team member. Get ready to embark on a journey of discovery as Lynn unveils techniques that will undoubtedly enhance your crafting experience as well as mine. So, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting on your creative adventure, you won't want to miss these insightful tips and tricks Lynn has in store for us. So, yes, please go ahead and share this live stream and grab your crafting essentials, cozy up with your favorite holiday beverage, and join us as we unwrap the magic of crafting along with the BetterPress letterpress from Spellbinders. And so without further ado, let's welcome back to Vlogmas Day 27, Lynn of LV Handcrafted. Hi, Lynn!
Hi, Lala. Thanks for having me on a second day. I feel so greedy taking 2 days from
No,
your busy Vlogmas calendar.
no,
So thank
no,
you, my friend.
absolutely not greedy. But I'm very grateful, Lynn, right? Because I know, guys, Lynn is already on, a short break from all the crafting and all the work because it's the holidays, just like most of you are, right? So it's really an honor and a privilege that we can have her twice over, right? And today it's going to be the Better Press letterpress. So Better Press because indeed it is a better press. So probably first and foremost, Lynn, we need to probably tell them what is a letterpress, right? And what is a better press, right?
Oh
So
my.
there.
Well, the BetterPress is the spellbinder's name
Mm-hmm.
for letterpressing, which is basically just a technique of yesteryear. So it's a very old technique of how people actually, and still do in some places, they used to print newspapers with
Mm-hmm.
letterpress. And basically, they would typeset in blocks of either carved metal or wood, ink it up, and then roll a piece of paper over top of it to transfer that ink. And so the better press is the evolution of letterpressing for our crafty community. And Spellbinders has made this system of the actual plate system as
Mm-hmm.
well as the different designs. So these are metal better press plates. They come in a variety of different designs. They are different than your dies, cutting dies. They are
Mm-hmm.
different from your glimmer plates. Everything's been very specially designed to go with the better press system. The thickness is different. The coating on this metal is different. It's
Mm-hmm.
all really been specially made to well, I know that not everybody has always had success with this, but it has been designed so that you can very easily letterpress and get consistent results time and time again.
Okay. Thank you
So
so much, Lean, for that very thorough, introduction about probably what is a better press? What do you mean by letterpress, right? So if you are not in the paper crafting community yet, probably you would be like, what is this, right? So that is basically it, guys. So it's such an amazing process. Letterpressing is something that I really, really love because it's very elegant, right? So when you get like wedding invitations in the past or in the old times,
mhm.
right, where it's debossed instead of being raised, it's actually going down. So that's the debossed one. Then that's letterpress. And as Lynn said, the olden ways of printing newspaper and other stuff. That's how you do it. But to create that, you need a very huge machine, right? So it has
Mhm.
been several years of actually R&D to come up with this amazing product that crafters like me, like Lynn, or like you out there who wants to do this can finally do it at home, right? So Lynn, on top of this better press letter press tool that you are showing us that we can see, what other things do they need to actually create a letterpress project?
So other things that you'll need besides the equipment, the tool itself, is you do
Mm-hmm.
need a die cutting machine that will accept, your large platform bases. So something like the Spellbinders Platinum, of course, will work. Something like the Big Shot will work. Your Gemini machines will not, because I don't think the opening is actually big enough to fit the standard. If it can take a big die, a steel roll die, basically, it should work with this platform. So other than that, what you'll need is paper, of course, and then ink. And so this is going to be my first tip. So Spellbinders does have a variety of different inks. They're coming out with more and more colors every day. They have partnered with Ranger to create this ink, which is a permanent ink. It is waterproof, so very
Mm-hmm.
similar to the Ranger archival ink, but it
Mm-hmm.
has been specially formulated to work with these better press plates because they're actually a little bit more viscous and will stick to the plate and transfer a little bit better. So as a result, you actually end up using, well, Spellbinder has always been very upfront with this. They have always said that you will tend to use up more of these inks than your normal stamping, like with a clear stamp. But my
Oh,
first tip is that there are several other inks that will work and work
okay.
beautifully.
Oh
So,
yes. Let's hold you there right now, Lynn, because I just on that
okay.
note, guys, Lynn actually, I just I went through all her. I think how many videos she has a playlist, okay, about the better press ladder press on her channel, and she actually did a video where she tried out the different av- available inks and see, to just to see. Of course, this is the recommended one. Okay, see, this is the better press ink that was designed specifically for the tool by Ranger. But Lynn actually went, you know, ahead and answered probably that question that you have. What if I don't have that ink? I want to use this, or even if I have this, can I use this? Can I use that? All right. So all those things Lynn has already thought about, and you can actually go ahead and go to her channel. Okay. By the way, this is Lynn. Okay. So her website, all her socials, her Facebook, Pinterest are both. It's so easy, you can't miss it because it's all LV handcrafted. Okay, and of course, I am also part of her amazing community, which is called LV Handcrafted Community. It's on Facebook, right? It's easy to join. So just head on to that so that if you have further questions about the previous episode where Lynn actually showed us how to use lights, okay, by Blossom Press, okay, you can easily ask through there also, and this one also through there. But of course, you can always binge watch away on her channel, on her YouTube channel, not Manong B. Why is Manong B there? Okay, hold on. Let me just correct that one. It's not Manong B. It's LV Handcrafted. Okay, of course, it's all in the links of this video. Okay, so moving on. So now that Lynn has showed us that we actually need these inks, okay, and then what do you call them, Lynn? Are those called letterpress dies? Plates? What do we call
Plate
them?
plates.
Oh,
They're called
plates.
press plates.
Press
So,
plates. There you go.
they've been releasing monthly, and in fact, there is the new BetterPress Club Kit. So you can actually subscribe to get a new plate every month as part of one of the mini Spellbinders Club Kits. And so this is another great way to kind of build up your stash if you'd like. But certainly these days, what's really great about Spellbinders these days is that they have so many different product lines now. So with each new release, I really have liked the fact that there's a little bit of everything. There's some stamps, there's some dyes, there's some better press, there's some wax, there's some
Mm-mm.
stencils. So every collection has a lot of things that coordinate really well. The inks, as I mentioned, there is a special formulation, but
Mm-mm.
thank you, Lala, for kind of upselling my video. I did do a series to explore my better press a little bit more when I first got it, just to try
Mm-mm.
some different things out. And there's actually 2 episodes on inks because I tested probably over 60 actual inks and across maybe 2 dozen or so brands. And one thing that I will say is that the Sukaneko brand of inks
Mm-mm.
is uh, by far the most compatible just out of the gates. And if you're not familiar with Sukaneko, they make a lot of different inks. These,
Mm-mm.
just to name a few. And what's great about them is that the BetterPress inks are a dye-based ink. So dye-based inks will actually soak into your papers, where a pigment-based ink will sit on top of your paper. So what does that mean as a crafter? That means that if you want to press this design onto a dark color, say maybe a black cardstock, a dye-based ink is not going to work. So that means
Mm-mm.
that the current line of BetterPress inks will not actually transfer that gorgeous color onto black in the same way that a pigment ink would. So inks like your Delicata inks, your Versacolor, which is a pigment ink, your Memento Lux, your Encore, These are all pigment inks, and they will actually allow you to press your design onto dark color cardstock.
Okay.
And that
Lynn,
just gives you more.
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lynn. Can I stop you there for a bit? Okay, because I actually did a video about, for BetterPress, and I mentioned there that pigment inks can't be used out of the gate, right? So, and now we see, and I actually saw also Lynn in her video use pigment ink. So, just to say that I have to update that video. All
You
right.
didn't need to say anything, well.
Yeah. No, no, no. Just to make sure that, I just suddenly remembered, right? That so if
Aw.
you actually want use dark colored papers, yes, the dye ink won't. Okay, because it sips through, it doesn't float on the paper, right? So definitely it's absorbed, so it can't be seen. So that's a great, great advice, Lynn. So you can also try use your pigment inks. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. The other thing that I want to kind of call out as well is that currently the BetterPress line of inks is just one finish, meaning it's just the color, and they are gorgeous. They're coming out with new colors every day, and so that's wonderful. But what if you want something that has a bit of shimmer, a bit of shine to it? Again, going to your Tsukaneko inks like a Delicata ink, which has a shimmer finish to
Mm-hmm.
it. Encore has a metallic look to it, and same
Mm-hmm.
with the Luxe. There's also a bit of a metallic in this as well. So this is one of the things that I would definitely, biggest tip of all to give to anyone, is just play with what you have. So
Mm-hmm.
while Spell Blenders has made something very specific to work, and it works beautifully and consistently in terms of their inks, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try what you have in your stash. So whatever inks I've tested a lot of brands, not all of the brands out there. So feel free to just try out the system with the inks that you have and see what kind of results you get. Um, Not all of them work equally.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that for the most part, I've gotten a lot of success with the
Yes.
Tsukaneko inks, which there's like a huge variety. They make a lot of
Yes.
different inks,
So Lynn
and
tested about 60 guys. So those are two videos. So there's a playlist for this actually really on her channel. Now Lynn, most of the time when we have plates or dies, we do need to condition them first. The very first time that we use it. Is this the same with the better press plates, or you can use it on the get-go?
I'll be honest, I don't condition my stamps either, so
Okay.
I mean, honestly, the you can,
Okay.
and I'm sure that's going to help. So, anything that you can do to set yourself up for success, then feel free to do it.
Okay.
But if not, the thing is, once you've pressed once, it will the nature of doing that the one time will put a little bit of ink on here, and so that sort of conditions you for the next time. So, it's just paper.
Exactly.
I
Oh,
see
on that
Jay has
note,
asked.
yes, Lynn, sorry, on that note, paper, you mentioned paper. Okay,
I know,
Jay.
I'm getting there. I know.
Okay,
I see Jay
Jay.
has asked about
Okay,
paper.
wait, Jay. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, go, Lynn.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so Spellbinders does recommend to use 100% cotton paper.
Mhm.
They sell theirs at 118 pound, and you can get it pre-cut down into two different sizes, I believe, at the moment, A2 and 5x7, or you can buy them as full sheets of 8.5 by 11. I have found, because I knew I would be getting into this, I found a different option that's a little bit more economical. And so I have been using Crane's Letra, which is available on Amazon. And it's in all of my, if you do check out any of my BetterPress videos, it's in my description box for all of those videos, because you can get it for so much less than the Spellbinders. Crane's Electra is a 110-pound cover as opposed to 118 from Spellbinders, so it's just a smidge, thinner. But to be honest, the results are still very, very wonderful. You still get that lovely deboss that you were talking about, Lala. So you have that as well, and it has that lovely tooth to it, the way that the Spellbinders 100% cotton does, because it too is 100% cotton paper. It's just, a different brand. And they also sell them in A2 size card panels. And so you can get it for super, I don't want to say cheap, because the product is wonderful, but it is very economical.
Okay.
And I would definitely recommend getting it, just if nothing else, just to explore and play, because I feel like sometimes if you're anything like me and you buy things that are expensive, sometimes that sort of inhibits you wanting to just have a play, because you don't want to waste something that is expensive. So I will readily concede that the Spellbinders papers do produce beautiful results time and time again. You may not be able to replicate it 100%, but to be honest, nobody's going to know unless you compare side by side. That having been said, you can use other papers as well. You can use your plain cardstocks too. And if we have time, I'll demonstrate that on all of them. I would definitely aim to use something that is 100-pound or more. And I've got here 100-pound. This is my hammer mill. This is super smooth, which is okay. But really what I prefer is my 120 accent opaque, because it's not super smooth. So it sort of has a bit of that tooth that the 100% cotton does. And being slightly thicker, you're more likely to get a little bit of that deboss that we talked about. And as well, though, I've pressed onto 80-pound black cardstock, so thinner than the 118 Spellbinders, thinner than anything else that you see here, and it still presses beautifully. So I can show you an example of that as well.
Okay,
So
Jay,
that's
that's it.
papers.
Yes, with the paper,
Just
Jay.
so I would say, just like anything else, just experiment with what you have in your stash before feeling like you have to go out and buy a bunch of things. So just have a play, see, especially if you do buy, the BetterPress kit does come with some of the Spellbinders papers, so you have that for comparison. So just make one of those, keep it for comparison, and then see how your other inks and your other papers compare.
Okay. So guys, if you are okay, so now Leon's gonna proceed to show us how to actually use this and come up with them. And the oohs and the ahs will definitely be showing in the chat, right? So but then again, Lynn, let's the question for the day. Have you ever tried letter pressing, guys? Any of you, right? So have you ever tried letter pressing? Please put it in the chat and share with us your experience. Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you have issues with it? Right? So and probably and hopefully we can ask Lynn for advice for it. Okay, so let's go back to
Yeah, I
Lynn.
can't promise that I have all the answers, but I will
Yes.
certainly try.
Yes,
But
try.
like you said, I did test a lot. I still have my samples. So this
Wow.
is all of the testing that I did for all of the different inks that I have. And so you can see, as long as you keep one and you know which one, you get beautifully crisp results
Yes. Look
if
at
you
that,
use all
guys.
things Spellbinders. But like I said, if you take any of these out and you look at it on its own, I think you would be hard pressed to find any flaws. It's just when you start to really put things side by side where you can
Yes.
really tell the difference. So bear that in mind too, folks. Nobody's looking for perfection here.
Yay,
So,
that's awesome. Yes.
um, all right, let's go with our basics. And so let's start with Lala. Do you have a color you want to choose? from
Okay. Maybe we
these.
could choose a darker one for now so that they can easily see it. Let's start with the black. What's our image? Oh, it's a flower. Is it
It's gonna be the sunflower.
okay, so the sunflower then yellow. So are you gonna like
Okay.
do different colors for each of the
Well, I was gonna start basic, but if you'd like, we'll do a two-tone.
Oh, okay. Sorry guys. Because I suddenly saw flowers and leaves. Okay.
Yeah, well, just skip right ahead to that. So I think it'll be interesting, and so we'll see. I'm gonna keep this as a reference next to me, just so that I can see what it
Oh yes, sometimes it's
what's
hard to
flower,
see. Yes.
right? And I'm gonna ink with my yellow because it's the lighter color. So I don't mind if I get a little bit of yellow in my green, but I don't think I'll want any green in my yellow. So that's why we're going to start with wherever there are flowers. Plus, greenish yellow, yellowish green looks okay for leaves, I think. So I'm just going to try to find where all the flowers are. When you are inking this, just be generous. I would smoosh it, around a little bit at different angles. Really make sure you can see that ink on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's only 4 flowers. Oh, maybe 5 flowers.
Okay, so this is a
Make
little
sure
bit
I get them all.
advanced, guys. So normally you can use just one ink, no worries. But then I just wanted to make it nicer.
Lala
So
made me do it, folks. Lala made me
yes,
do it.
thank you, Lynn. Right, so you can absolutely use with just one ink. But since Lynn is here, let's do other things, right? So there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's a flower. Lala, is that a flower?
Yes,
That's a
yes,
flower, right?
yes, yes. It's not yet fully opened. There you go. And
Got
Dan is
it.
saying,
Okay.
this is stunning indeed, Dan. Stan? Dan.
Thanks, Dan. It's wonderful, and it's I'm somebody who struggles with stamping. I don't know about you, Lella, but I feel like this for me just
Mhm.
works a lot better than your standard stamping with a clear stamp.
Yes, it's a little
I
bit
have
more forgiving, right? I find it that one also than
okay.
the regular stamps. And stamping has been there for a long when we started with scrapbooking. I started with scrapbooking, and stamping was always one of those things that you can do with your scrapbooks, but I never, because before there were no platforms, stamping platforms, and I normally really not get the perfect image, the first time, and it's so hard to actually do another one. You need a positioner, stamp positioner, and stuff like that. It's so hard to do. But now,
Yeah.
we have a lot of new revolutionized ways of doing things, and this is beautiful, Lynn.
Okay, let's see what happens. A little bit
It's
of an experiment, right?
beautiful. Yes.
Okay, so the other thing with this system is that we have this is magnetic here.
Mm-hmm.
This they call the platen, this plate here, and Spellbinders recommends their tape, so go ahead and use their tape. And because this is such a large design, I'm just gonna roll a bit of this, put it in the center. There are guidelines here, so you can see the bold black lines around there. That's for A2 and A7. And your platen, that is the clear plate here, also has got registration corners for A2 and A7. So I'm just going to aim to get this roughly centered there. And then I'm gonna set this onto the magnetic corners, but I'm not gonna push it down. Now, the way that the ink transfers is that we have to roll this through our die cutting machine. So I have that just off to the side here. I've got the large platinum, so it's too big to bring on camera. So that's what I'm gonna do now, is just roll it through.
Okay, Cordelia saying hi to Victor, and Victor saying I only number stumping. Like I mentioned earlier, I just like hitting things with a hammer. The ones you use for foil or for metal sheets, Victor. Okay, and Craft by Jay says, "Oh, those are the sentiments Santa bought me. Awesome!" And Pam said, "I need a nap. Have fun, everyone." Yes. Good night, Pam. It
Night,
comes
Pam.
tomorrow. Oh, Jay's guys are gonna come tomorrow. Hi, Miss Mary. Okay, there you go. So you got it through the die cutting machine,
Yeah,
the
just one time
spellbinders
through.
one time. Okay.
Yeah, just one time through forward. Don't roll it back. Because first off, I don't think you'll need to. There's our design.
Look at that.
So I
Can you
missed a
see
little
the
bit there,
emboss? Yeah, because this is a
but
very big, but it's part of the charm, right?
it
Look at
is. It really
that.
is.
It's
So you
beautiful.
can hard to show the deboss, but
No, actually, we
it is.
can.
Oh, you can see it.
Yes, yes, especially with the leaves. There you go. Right, it's very,
Yeah.
very clear. That is
So
super awesome.
isn't that fun? Oh
Yes,
man,
I
that
don't
turned out
have.
well.
See, that's what letter pressing is, guys. So it's super fun.
It's very fun. So let me go
Yes.
ahead. I'm gonna do this once through, but just with green. So we'll just go
Okay.
right over
Oh,
everything,
you don't need to
and
clean it
we'll.
anymore, Lynn?
Since it's the same color, and I don't
Mm,
mind getting a little bit yellow into my green ink, I'm fine with just
okay.
going right over it.
Okay.
I would clean it though if you are gonna change colors,
Okay.
and when you're done pressing, then yes, I would
Okay.
definitely clean it. I would use the recommended cleaner, which is the Ranger Archival stamp cleaner.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I mean, to be honest, you can use anything to clean and then just
Mhm.
spritz it with water so that the chemicals, are no
Right.
longer sitting on the plate
Lynn, when
if
we
you
see
don't
you put the
have.
ink, you're pouncing on it rather than, gliding through it.
Yes, I
So is
am.
that a better way? Yes.
I'm pouncing and like kind of turning.
Turning.
So
Okay.
you can see as I do it, like it's very visible, right? The ink is
Mm-hmm.
becoming more and more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And Spellbinders has said that they've specially coated these press plates so that it will grab that ink
Mm-hmm.
and will transfer a little bit better onto your papers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does, as a result, mean that you might end up having to re-ink your ink pads a little bit more regularly,
Okay.
but that means that you're gonna always get like a really crisp impression if
Yes,
you
and that's what we
do,
want,
you know,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so Lynn is now going back to her platinum spellbinders platinum to run that through. Okay, so that would give that pressure that is needed. Okay, there you go. See how fast it is. Lynn is back. There you go. Okay.
So there it
Oh, Victor
is.
says I used to stamp door lock keys. We stamped the address keys. Okay, therefore. Wow, look at that, guys. Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
see how it's like
awesome.
perfect every time? It's the pressure, right? Because
Yes, yes.
when you stamp a clear stamp, you're always like giving CPR to like really push down.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I feel like with this, because it rolls through your die cutting machine, that's giving it the pressure. And then that way, so long as you've inked everything, I feel like you get a much better impression. And it's all very crisp, and you can see this is the Crane's Electra paper, that 100% cotton paper.
Oh, that's a
And let me go
cranes.
ahead,
Mm-mm.
yeah, let me do this on the we'll do it
Okay.
on the lighter weight paper
Okay, so
if you
let's
want to see
try
a
to do it
difference.
on a lighter weight. So that was a cotton paper that's a little bit on the heavier side. So
Yeah.
the thing is we want normally to have a thicker one because that would really
Hmm.
show the impression of the depost. Okay, look that we
Yeah.
actually like for letter pressing. But what if you don't have those kinds of paper, right? So but you do have an
Right.
arsenal of tons of very smooth paper because that's what we like for when we do coloring with Copics and stuff like
Yeah,
that, right? So
exactly.
Lynn is saying we
Exactly.
will do it and let's see. What is the
Yep.
result?
And to your point, Lala, the cotton paper, it's a little bit more porous too, so it's just going to soak up the ink.
Mhm.
And I saw your recommendation about watercolor paper, and I think
Mhm.
that would be lovely to try too. I just don't find watercolor paper cheap.
Oh yeah,
So
that's true. But
you
if
know
you
me,
wanna
I'm looking for
exactly.
the most economical options.
Yes, but maybe if you want to color it in after with watercolor,
Well, that's a good point.
then maybe that's a
Yes,
great idea, right? And Victor
yes, that's a
said,
good point.
yes, Victor said, Lynn, I like the green. Yay. Yes,
Oh,
Victor.
yay.
Very vibrant. Thank you so much. Are you home already, Victor? Yes, Victor, I can't wait. We're so excited. Victor's gonna be coming over to the Philippines for the first time in February. Woohoo!
Yay.
And I hope we
Mhm.
Lynn too. Okay, there you go. Woohoo! Okay, this is
So
on what paper is this, Lynn?
this is Hammermill 100. This is their digital color copy. So the same that you would maybe prefer on alcohol marker coloring, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Lala, because
Mm-mm.
it's nice and smooth and super bright. That's the other thing with the 100% cotton paper is it tends not to be like super, super bright. You
Mm-mm.
can get, I think this is the brightest and well, it's hard to tell, but you can tell, right? It's a little
Mm-mm.
bit not as white. And this is called their fluorescent white, and I have something, I think the other one's in pearl. But side by side, can you really tell a difference between um, the Hammermill versus the cotton card?
From
Very
our
hard to tell,
vantage
right?
point, yes, really hard to tell. But since I know what the most look like, I can. But normally, if not, it's impossible, right? It's
Right. I
both
mean,
are awesome.
yes. And this is a dye basting, so it should be dry already, so I
Oh
can
yes,
touch
that's the
it.
next thing.
And
Yeah, see, no
you can
smear.
tell the difference when you feel it also because
Mm-mm.
this, like you were saying, Lala, with the cotton paper, not
Mm-hmm.
just because it's thicker, because mine Crane's Electra is only 10 pounds
Mm-mm.
difference, so 110 versus 100,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just the fibers of cotton.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not as like processed to be this
Mm-mm.
silky smooth. So you can really feel the difference in that deboss that you're looking for when you're doing
Mm-mm.
your letterpress. But if you're just looking for like beautiful stamped impression, there's not hardly any real deboss. So I would say that's the thing that maybe you lose a little bit when you use a lighter weight cardstock, but it's equally beautiful and it stamps beautifully. It's still nice and crisp. So I call that a win if you don't have to buy anything extra and special. So just use what, if you color a lot and you have a lot of super smooth nice 100-pound cardstock, just use it. It's
All
okay.
right. So you can use your usual card basis, the paper that you use, like your hammer mills, right? So, okay, we've gone through that. A question from Jay. Okay, Lynn, have you done any in all black and watercolor them? Okay, not yet with
Yes.
all black. We'll probably do that later, but the watercoloring, probably we'll do that in a future episode. Okay, so this is Lynn cleaning. Okay,
Yes.
so.
It is to answer Jay's question, like I've
Mm-hmm,
done it. We haven't done it on stream today,
mm-hmm,
but if you use the BetterPress inks, they are waterproof. So they are dye-based inks, which you wouldn't normally think are water resistant or waterproof, but it's more akin to an archival ink.
mm-hmm,
And so they have been. So here's the difference: the BetterPress inks are dye-based, but they are in a solvent-based solution as opposed to a
mm-hmm.
water-based solution. So that's why even being a dye-based ink, it is waterproof because
Okay.
the core solution is solvent, not
There
water-based.
you go. So that's why.
So
So it can and that's why you also need a cleaner that's for archival
yes,
things.
yes,
Okay, got
yes.
it, got it.
See, it all makes sense.
Yes,
It all
finally it
makes sense.
does. Okay. And Jay said I
So
can't tell. He couldn't tell right? So from the different papers that you used when you showed it to us a while
Oh,
ago.
yay. Yeah, and I know the video kind of plays tricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. But really, to be honest, like in person, you can see it, but the difference is very marginal, but it's just as
Mm-hmm.
beautiful in terms
Mm-hmm.
of this is such a nice design. It's so
Yes.
big.
So it's just that, with letterpress, everything seems to be like awesome, and very elegant. I find it really, really elegant. So when you do letter pressing, I find that that in itself is, you're good to go, right? So just that with the sentiment, that's it, right? So maybe a little bit of coloring, a little bit of bling, but nothing needed much because it's as it is, it's super beautiful and awesome. Lena, you're gonna make the butter press of the month. I love that.
Uh I'm gonna I'm gonna do onto black
Okay,
just
let's
so
do
that you
one
can
for the black.
see. just just so
Or
that
is
we
that better press of the month for December or
this
that one?
one is for November.
November. Okay.
Um
I love
I
that.
can do it. I can do it.
Okay.
But while we have this, well, if you want, I can swap it and we'll do this onto black.
Yay! I'm
Just
like
for
a
you,
baby
Lala.
now. Okay. Oh, look at the base. Okay. So,
Oh
oh,
yeah, it's so dirty. It's
but
so dirty, my
then
base.
look at what Lynn did. Just wiped it with.
Oh,
Okay, another
it's still
question,
not a
Lynn. Do we
look.
put
See
the
how dirty?
cleaning material on the on the cloth or directly on the? Do you call that the platen or the cheese? I always mix it up.
This is the press plate,
Okay.
and I put it onto the press plate and wipe it with a microfiber cloth.
Okay, there you
This
go.
is
Oh,
huge.
huge. It covered all the A2 and
Yes.
beyond. Oh my gosh. Okay.
um, Lala, do you want metallic silver or do you want white?
Silver.
Okay, good.
I'm
Because
sorry.
uh that no, it's good because the white is special and I can't find where my
Yes, and
white.
the
Oh,
white
I have my white
normally
one.
really dries up pretty fast. So I'm sure you need to put the additional white
Well,
ink on top.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I that's
yeah.
how I use it. I only
Mm-hmm.
do so you're familiar. I only
Yeah.
do a little bit at a time because of
Anything
that.
that's
Like
white, whether it's acrylic, I find that white is a very tricky color. It really dries up really fast, no matter what kind of medium. So I always have to refill. Okay, there you go. That's the
yeah.
silver, guys. I'm super
So
excited.
so this is gonna look very uninteresting because this is very close to the color of the plate.
Okay, but then I
So
like monochromatic. That's why I said black, gray, so something like that. But we'll try
yeah,
also to do the white. Let's make
it's
Lynn really.
it's just it's just tricky
Mhm.
because Lala, I don't know if I've covered this.
We'll see. It's fun. As you said, we'll play. We're just playing here,
Yeah.
guys, right?
Well, and that's the thing. If you don't get a perfect impression,
Mhm.
to be honest, I would not run it through a second time. Just live with it and call it distressed.
Exactly.
but but I wouldn't because there's a little bit of play, when you like a little bit of wiggle when you put the platen, which is what they
Mm-hmm.
call that top plate. When you
Mm-mm.
put that on, there's a little bit of play, and so I don't have 100% confidence that it will hit the exact same,
Yeah, I've
as it's going through your machine.
experienced that. I will show it to you guys later. I showed it to Lynn. I was like, I was so frustrated. I was like, is there a way to make this not do this? I'll show you later. Okay, so that's why Lynn's advice is just pass through it one time. Pass
Yeah.
through it one time.
And this can go, this way or that way.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter a ton.
Okay. And there, okay, of course, you know what's next. You have to pass it through your machine, die cutting machine. And in a few seconds, Lynn is gonna be back. This is such a big plate though, so it might be a little bit harder to crank. or pass through, but that's fine. It's still gonna go through it. And the reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there you go. Do you see that? This ink is really
Look
nice,
how
Lynn.
look how
It
pretty.
is. It's very elegant. This is on black paper, guys. This is on black paper, right?
Yes, so this
There
is
you go.
black
It's
and it
silver.
is only 80-pound cover.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not nearly so thick as our other cardstocks or the 100% cotton
Yeah,
paper,
this is the thinnest that you
but it
have right
trans
now, right? For us for
yeah,
doing.
and the
Mm-mm.
thing is I didn't even shim it. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Like I didn't add a cardstock shim when I passed this through.
mm-mm.
So
But it still
you can
made a great
almost
impression.
yeah, but you can almost tell that if you did shim it, you would get better results because see that little rectangle there? That's where my tape was. That's where this is. So just the extra thickness of this created a little bit of more ink to press in.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, you know, if you're looking for something a little bit more equal,
Maybe do it
and
on
you
the
don't like
sides.
yeah, you can tape on the sides and
Then
or
just
you
trim.
can also add a cardstock shim as well if you want. Just so that overall there's extra thickness. But it's gorgeous and it's got that shimmer, right? So that's part of the beauty of a delicata ink is you do have that lovely shimmer
Yes, I love it.
and
And I
shine.
think that's one of the inks that, based on your video, is one of the inks that you really like.
Yeah, I
Yes.
use it a lot
Yes,
with
yes.
the
So
BetterPress.
you really have to watch that video, guys. It's Lynn did everything for you for the in terms of what the ink. So this is how they printed money till back in the day. Probably Victor, right? So there you go. And then Jay said, just add bling later on. Yes, it's so awesome, right? So are you gonna do this in white, Lynn? Are we gonna try to do
Yes,
it in?
I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do this in white. Let me just clean this off because I definitely don't want to get any of this. So somebody asked about cleaning. I just dab to get some of the solution on there, and then what I do is I'll use a
Oh, you
cloth
don't really need
to
to put a lot of, a cleaning solution into it.
yeah, just start with a little and then see if
Mhm.
that gets everything off. Now with the silver, it's hard to tell, to be honest. So, but what I do though afterwards is I give it a spritz of water,
Mm.
just plain water, so that you remove the chemicals, especially when I'm done using the plate.
Mm.
That way, chemicals. I do this with my stamps too.
Guys, look at
Just
Lynn's. Is that again? I always confuse. That's the platen or the chase? The one where the plates are connected. That one, is that the
I
platen?
this is the chase, I
Oh, the
believe,
chase.
and the
Okay.
platen.
Okay,
Yeah, I
is that
think the
that?
platen is the top
Okay.
plate.
So look at Lynn's chase or the base, right? So it still looks
Yeah.
very clean. But guys, she has used this multiple times over.
Does this look clean? It's so dirty,
No,
Lala. I
it,
don't think
it
you're
it
seeing.
does, right? So don't worry if you put ink accidentally onto your chase. Don't worry because you can always clean it. Of course, there will be possibilities that there are certain inks that somehow still leaves a bit of an impression, but doesn't affect any of your result. Okay, there you go. We're gonna do the white ink on this
Yes.
beautiful um better press plate. I love this design, really. I love that. I can see so many applications. Okay, so that's how you ink. Okay, your this one. Okay, that one. So does
Yeah, I'm
the spreader
using.
come with the stays on
It
opaque?
does.
Okay, it says okay.
Yeah. This is stays on opaque,
Mm-hmm.
and it ships like this. It ships with a
Mm-hmm.
blank, spongy ink pad. You get the little spreader, and you get the ink bottle
Mm-mm.
separate because, like you said, Lala, it will dry
Yes.
quickly. So they are intending that you use it. You just ink it as you go, as you need, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to shipping you an already inked ink pad and then having it dry out on you super quickly. And then you'd have to buy the refill anyways. So let's hope that's enough.
Okay.
This
And now we start putting the ink on top of the BetterPress plate. Okay, Jay, do you already have you tried letterpressing? I think I missed Jay's answer. I know Pam has not. Cordelia has not. I think she mentioned earlier. It's super nice, Jay. You should try it.
Okay, so we're gonna do what you suggested, Lala. I'm gonna tape
Mm-hmm.
it and then we'll just trim off the borders, okay?
Yes. So we can always mat it, right? So because this one's exactly
Yeah.
like A2 size, but normally we do
Mm-hmm.
matte stuff, right? We like it,
Yeah.
somehow matted. So it's
Yeah.
okay if you. Okay, so maybe another question then is, it does come with this amazing, what do they call it, the best tape ever, something like that, right? So
Yeah.
right, so but can we use, like, let's say our washi tape, or our repositionable tapes, or something like that, what that we have instead of the
Yeah,
tape?
and I would recommend it too, because this tape is very sticky.
Okay.
It's really sticky.
Okay, so normally you can use your washi tapes, right? So I know most of us, like, who has gone through planners and do planner stuff, you have probably at least 100 washi tapes. So you can use for this. Okay, so there, of course, it has to be run through your die cutting machine again. And the grand reveal, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, you're right, Lynn. The white looks much better on cam anyway. I'm sure it still looks great, face to face. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. See, I told you, Lynn,
Not
I love this
nice.
design. I really do. I really love it.
Yeah. Look
I don't.
how
Yes.
bright that is.
Oh.
This white is the best white that I have found. It stays. So this isn't dry yet because it's
Mhm.
pigment, but even how sometimes when something dries it will kind of pull back a little bit. This will stay pretty bright white. And I would definitely recommend using something less sticky than the yellow tape, because this will tear your cardstock if you're not careful.
Yes, or maybe you can just before you actually use it, like, tap it onto a fabric or something to make it less sticky, right? But I find that using
Yeah.
your washi tape, not so tacky
Yeah.
tape, are also great.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh my
Oh, so
goodness.
pretty. I love this
Okay.
design too. Good choice.
Cordelia said that's beautiful. I agree, Cordelia. I Lynn might have one or two from here, from her supply. Yes, definitely, absolutely. There's so
Yes.
nice. I'm sure not just
Yes.
one or two, a lot,
Yeah.
right? So there, these are just some. Okay, Lynn. Do the press plates only come with designs like this? How about sentiments?
Yeah, so this is also a really great way to get sentiments. So
Mm-hmm.
you can just like how you have the stamp and cut sentiments, where you stamp in one go and then there's a die that will cut them all out in one go.
Mm-hmm.
They've started to release some that are kind of similar to that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great because you can letterpress in one go and then die cut and get, I think this is over a dozen sentiments.
I wanted to
So
get that. That was like super fast with a blink of an eye. The local supplier who brought
uh,
that here. Okay, my
yeah.
little attic studio. I was going into the site and like click, no more. It's gone. I didn't get that, but that's a super nice die that you have there, because basically all the events that you might think of is there, right, Lynn? It's
Yeah,
such
yeah.
it's
This is
beautiful. What
yeah,
do you
this
call it?
one is always and forever.
Always and
So it doesn't
forever.
have everything. I think yours has more basic ones.
No,
These are
that
very like
because you have birthday
encouraging.
there.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there's feel better.
Happy
Thanks a million.
anniversary.
Yeah, so many
Yeah, that's true.
congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot.
that's why that one got. So I snagged the next best one fast. You know how crafters are, right? You guys are so fast. When you do mine or
Yeah.
buy stuff, you're so fast, right? Okay, and we have
So you
tea.
can't, you don't have time to think, just buy.
Exactly. Oh, by the way,
Well,
guys.
but
Oh, yes, Lynn. Okay,
I was
so
gonna
by
say
the
I'm glad that you can
yes,
get it though.
yes, at least I got one. Okay, guys. Lynn, of course, as we mentioned earlier, is a part of the design team for Spellbinders, and of course BetterPress is from Spellbinders. So we actually added an affiliate link in the description of this video. So if you do plan to get some of these amazing things that you are watching or seeing at this point, it's in the link. It doesn't, you don't get additional, or it doesn't get more expensive by doing so, but of course it helps out Lynn in a little bit when you do buy through her affiliate link. So thank you in advance,
Aw,
everyone. Okay,
thank
so
you,
now we're gonna
Lala.
do some sentiments. My favorite that I
Yes.
have still yet to
Well,
have. Hopefully soon
you'll get
when you
them.
yes, when they said it's coming, they will restock. Okay, so T is here. Hi there. And of course, Blossom too. Howdy, howdy. Thank you, Blossom. Okay, I
Hello,
have to try stays
hello.
on white. Yes, Jay, you have to. Okay, it's just that be prepared that it really dries up super fast, right? So immediately, like several minutes later, dry. So you have to reapply again. And I think that's basically the character of a white ink. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe T knows. I don't know why, but that goes the same with all white stuff that I have in terms of ink.
Well, it sort of depends because with the StazOn, this is
Mm-hmm.
solvent based, and being solvent based,
No,
it
it
will evaporate.
evaporates fast. Okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. So now Lynn is just adding the, of course, ink.
Oh, this is upside down. Oh well.
Mhm.
It's okay
Lynn, I
because
have
it's just
another
sentiments.
question. Since this is BetterPress, do you always need to ink it to make
Actually,
the?
no.
Mm,
So yeah, that's a good question, and I'll actually answer that and a larger question.
okay.
So you should not be using your dyes, and you should not be using your glimmer plates on this unless you want to void your warranty.
Okay.
However, you can use your BetterPress plates to just deboss with if you'd like to just run them through for some pattern and texture without actual color
Mm-hmm.
or inking. You can use them to glimmer. So you can put this onto your glimmer machine and put some hot foil on top and glimmer
Oh,
with these plates.
the better plates. The better plates. Okay, so can be used for
Yeah.
debossing, for their glimmer. Okay.
Yeah, so you can dry emboss with your BetterPress plates and you
Mm-hmm.
can glimmer with your BetterPress plates, but don't put any other metal onto your chase.
Okay. There you go.
Basically is
Okay, so some
the
have tried
rule.
it. Okay, of course they tried it, but again, that just know that that will void your warranty.
Yeah, it's just not
Mhm.
recommended. And if
Mhm.
you're adventurous and you want to try, I'm all
Yes,
for that.
yes, yes.
And I'm sure you'll get results, right? It's just that if you want to just follow what is recommended in terms of, because that might, every metal plate has different thicknesses,
Yes.
so that actually might do something to the system that you don't want.
Either
So
this system or your die cutting machine gets, broken in a somehow in the future, right? Hey Cordelia, howdy Sammy from Blossom. And T said, yep, I don't have a better press, but I have a few better press plates
yeah.
for
Mhm.
foiling. There you go. So this better press plates are very versatile, right? So you can use them also for foiling. Thank you so much, T. Oh, there you go, guys. Awesome. See how clean and crisp those are? And I can see that they are
Yeah.
actually debossed. What paper are you using, by the way, Lynn, for this
So this is regular cardstock, but it's my 120. So
Oh,
it is thicker. It's actually
okay.
thicker than the 100% cotton by Spellbinders.
Mhm, mhm.
So you can use regular cardstock to get the deboss look if you'd like. So that's just to say, use what you have. You
And this
don't.
is the awesome
You'll.
part, Jay.
Is this? That's not right.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
That looks more right. So some plates do come with coordinating dies. And this happens to be one that has one die that will cut out all of these,
This,
which I think is
whoever
wonderful.
thought of this is genius.
Yeah, I love all of the, either stamp ones and die cut ones or glimmer ones and die cut. All of the, 1, 2
Yes,
and get
because
like
yeah,
a million
it
things
takes a
is
while to
great.
actually cut them, and then oftentimes you don't gut them evenly, right? So this is super
Yeah.
awesome. All right, so Lynn is
Well,
gonna pass.
yeah,
Yes.
and plus these are double fishtail banners, so it's got
Mm-hmm.
the nice, banners at the ends too.
And that's also hard to
Uh,
create perfectly, right? If you do it, by
yeah.
hand. So they have thought of everything. And Jay said, "Oh, they have a sentiment for when people get new pets." Oh, I didn't see it. Is it? Oh, maybe another one. Maybe Jay is. Are you shopping already, Jay? Or was it there in Lynn's sentiment? Okay, and Blossom said, I don't have anything foiling related, okay, or better press related, except for some gold and silver, gilding flakes, and lunar paste. Oh, that's beautiful, Blossom. I actually don't have the lunar paste yet, although I do have some gilding flakes and some kind of metallic pastes. But the brand lunar paste, not yet. But I've seen you guys work with it, and it's so beautiful, right? So there you go. And I hope that if
Yeah.
you're seeing this and you're liking it and you wanna start with it, of course, all the links for how to get it are in the description of this video. Isn't that what Welcome Little One is for? Oh yeah, true, true, true. You're right,
I
Jay.
mean, some might say that's for
For,
babies, though.
babies, but it can also be different kinds of babies, Lynn, right? So for fur babies, right?
Our fur
So
babies are babies.
ah,
Yes, that's
yes, right?
true.
So that's so true, Jay. Thank you. See, Jay's eyes are so fast. Didn't even,
I
notice that one,
know.
right? There you go.
Okay, I'm mostly cut through on most of these, but not all of them.
Remember, this is a
So,
very thick one, right? So that Lynn
yeah.
used. Okay.
Yeah. But you
Yes,
get the
new fur
idea.
baby. Yes. And we have Wims. Hi, Wims. I would love to try that Better Press.
Hi, Miss
Saw it
Twins.
in the JCC hub. Yes, it's in our Joyful Crafters Club hub. I actually brought it there so
Oh,
that our members can use it.
oh,
There
that's
you
awesome.
go. Yes,
That's
because
so cool that you have your club and you make all of your toys available to everybody.
yes,
It's so
it's
sweet
so
of
much
you.
fun to play with others, right? It's like when you say "ooh us" when there's like many "oohs us," and then you also learn from everybody because like Wem, she's a super talented artist. I can agree with that, Jay. Yes, about the fur babies, right? Jay has a fur baby cat. And T has fur baby doggies like Lynn. Okay, I would love to try that better. Okay, I guess that does work for a new fur baby. Yes, Cordelia. If they are bigger than me, then they are a horse or cow. Tia. So true. Oh yeah, people, babies too. I suppose yes. Fur babies are much cuter. So true. Do you have horses or cows, Tracy? Okay, we'll see that. Okay, there you go. So now you have a ton of sentiments already for you, right? I was telling Lynn J earlier on at the back before we started. I said, the other day, Lynn, I was working with Jay and I couldn't find a sentiment. If I did this before, then I would have easily, finished faster. Oh, okay. So Lynn now is gonna try and see. Remember one of
Okay.
these things that we actually created a while back. It's so Lynn is gonna show you
Yeah.
how easy and fast it is
Yeah.
to.
Do you want me to? Yeah. Do you want
Yeah,
me to finish a card? I
yeah,
can finish a card,
yes,
but
because
I'm
it's
very OCD. I need to clean this first.
okay. Yes, of course. I think it's also. I would recommend that you clean also your plates and stuff before you actually proceed with other things, simply because it might, again, it might be like a less hard, I mean less easier or harder to remove them later on, right? Will it, have you ever tried like not cleaning in it and then it totally absolutely gets stuck?
Do you know who I am?
No, yeah, you're right. I know, right? No,
Um,
absolutely not.
I have, well, it's very possible I would do it by mistake, but
uh,
sorry, I have not done it for the sake of just doing it to test.
mhm.
I just prefer to, like, I clean it with the solvent cleaner, that archival ink cleaner, and then like I said, I spritz it with
With
water
water.
too,
Mhm.
because it just removes the chemicals on there. I have gotten comments on my videos where other folks have even taken like an old toothbrush and
Oh,
have actually like, brushed it just to really make sure it's super clean. So I haven't gotten to that point, but
all
I will
right. So
admit
at
I do
least now
clean
we
right
know
away.
that you can actually do that, right? So if you even want cleaner, right, stuff for your plates, you can actually use a toothbrush. Why not, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It can get through, the bristles of the toothbrush can actually get through the, the grooves that are probably won't be able to do just by simply wiping with the cloth. Okay, so there, Lynn is just cutting through some of the borders because she actually used tape to attach there. So of course there's a part that hasn't have ink. So to make it nicer, she's just gonna cut through that. Okay. Oh, she has the new Tim Holtz tonic. How are you liking it?
It's not my favorite, but
Okay.
but it's here and I use it.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
it's and I don't mind saying it. I did a review on it, so folks
Mm-hmm.
already know if they watch that video.
Yeah, so if
Um,
because this is kind of fairly new, guys. So if you are on the fence of, do I buy it or do I need it or do I just want it? So okay, you can probably also, again, okay, if you are not yet following our awesome guest, this is her links to her many social media platforms where she is, but it's actually very fairly easy to know because everything is just LV handcrafted on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. And she has an awesome community, a very vibrant community, and we would love to have you there because I'm also a proud member of the group, right? I learned so many things
Yay.
from them, from Lynn, from her moderators, admins, everyone who, they love contributing through. And there's always challenges every now and then, right? So if you are into that one, you can also get that through the group. Okay, so let's go back to Lynn. Okay, so there you go.
Did
She is,
Jay
yes.
tell you about the challenge that he's running in my group next month?
A little preview, but not exactly. So I'm also excited to really, join that one. Okay, so again, so if you are not yet part of that, okay, it's free, guys. You just need to answer just a few, questions, which is normal for private groups. Okay, and then you can be part of it already. There you go. So, Blossom said, I have mostly barred am I pronouncing that right? Rhode Island Reds and two Orpingtons. I had a few cattle, but I'm eating them these days. Blossom. Okay. Uh, I do have a chubby hubby. Does that count?
Oh my gosh.
T said, I laugh out loud. I wish. I still working on chickens. Okay, so chickens.
Too funny.
I really like the Fiskars one. Okay, there you go. I also love my
Yeah.
Fiskars. I only love mine because it takes chipboard like a dream.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
there you
that's
go.
true.
Yes, so if you work on
So,
chipboards. Okay, Lynn. Yes.
so white and silver, you can kind of see. side by side the
Oh.
difference. Just flat
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
on, the white is much brighter, but of
Mm-mm.
course, silver really shines when you tilt it in the light.
Yes.
And
So
I'm
at
just
least
gonna
we
put a
know, right,
sentiment.
that if we want to use metallics, it's possible. So again, probably depending on the kind of look that you want. Okay, so the white
Right.
is okay, the silver
Where do we
is okay.
where do we put this sentiment? Center seems, because normally we never put anything dead center.
Yes.
What do you
Okay,
think,
maybe
Lala? Where?
lower bottom right. Yes. Yes, there you go. I think
Okay.
that would be nice over there. So you see again, because as it is, this, you know, better press plate is super beautiful in itself, right? So okay, let me see. I am actually just putting my card together as well on the back. Okay, so that's my contribution to this awesome live stream.
Aw. I
Because
was
of
hoping you would take a break because you've been hosting every day and crafting every day.
I will
You
on
should.
I'll end in January 1st. So that's 31st for you guys. And then come back the week after. So my regular show every Wednesday nights. There you go. After that. That's beautiful, Lynn.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cut this edge.
So again, Lynn, I would like to thank you so much, right? So for being here. And we have Debbie. Okay, okay. Jay said I need to put up a video post on that this week. Okay, looking forward to that. And Victor said, most things I buy I don't need. Victor. Don't worry, we can relate to that sometimes too. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, it's pretty, it's nice, it's on sale.
Yeah. That's all of us, I think.
Yes. And Debbie just finished, I think, her live stream. I was there before, so but when we did need to have a tech rehearse, I had to hop off her live stream. But she was doing it with Bitty Penny, and they created super nice cards. If you weren't there or haven't seen it, you can go ahead and watch it later on. Okay, crafting corner. I love that plate. Yes, yes. Me too, Debbie. That's why I asked Lynn if she can work on that. My Fiskars will cut medium weight. Okay, there you go, medium weight. But so sometimes when you need to cut heavier, then this Tim Holtz is nice. Lynn, you'll have to try the Lisa Horton Cloud 9 interference inks on your better. Oh my gosh, that's another rabbit
Ooh.
hole tea.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't mind.
If T says it's nice and it's all about color and inks, I absolutely trust Lynn on that one. I mean, T on that one. Okay, of course Lynn
Yeah.
as well. So we'll try that, Lynn. T, ano ba? Okay, what am I doing? It's like mixing up your names. Okay, Cordelia said, don't forget to give Lala a thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Cordelia. All right, I
Yes.
keep forgetting. Debbie. Okay, triple eight. Thanks for the reminder, Cordelia. This looks like the printmaking technique
Yes,
I took
exactly.
classes before. Yes, Wims, because
Yep.
Wims is really an art major. She graduated as a fine one of her she's actually double major. That's one of her majors. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
But
it's absolutely kind of your old school printmaking. So
yeah, it's so
just brought
beautiful.
brought to the craft world.
Yeah, so this is basically what Lynn created today. So we tried on several different kinds of paper, right? And of course, the sentiments that is super awesome. One pass, and that is it. Okay, we used. Wim said we used to etch on copper plates. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that must be expensive, copper plates, right? And probably that's how they did it, really, in the in the
Yeah.
beginning, right? So it's so awesome that spellbinders have created this product so that crafters like us can have that, letterpress look without spending hundreds and hundreds for us 100,000 pesos. Okay, for us to actually have that look. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so let's do us together. So this is
Yay!
what
Oh, so
came,
pretty.
right? So this is what came with, if you buy the Better Press plate. This is the die that comes with it. Okay, although the sentiment though is from a different better not die, sorry, plate. Okay, better press
Mhm.
plate. Okay, so thanks for being you, right? So
Oh,
it
so
comes
pretty.
also with the die cutting. What do you call that, Lynn?
The coordinating die.
Yes, the coordinating die. So you can die cut it after you have letter pressed it,
Gorgeous.
right? So this is my. Oh, actually, I can put some more blings, but then it's okay. You know the drill. You know what will happen, right? Yes. So
Of
again, Lynn,
course.
thank you so much. Maybe invite them over to your channel again, on your group, and when do you normally go live and update videos and stuff like that.
Thanks everybody for joining today. This has been really, really fun. I told Lala before she got on that I admire her and every other crafter who's been going live every day. I don't know how Lala has the energy to do all of this. So thanks so much for joining, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season and best to all of you in the upcoming year. I post videos to my channel all the time. I don't really have a fixed schedule, but you can obviously subscribe and hit that notify button if you do want to get a reminder whenever I do post new videos. And I live stream pretty much every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific, which is very, very early for Lala, but she has been a guest on my Crafty Fun live streams before. So thank you so much, my friend. It's so fun. It's so fun when you're not the host. So thank you for having me as a guest of your series. This has been a huge honor for me. And I'll be honest, Lala, I picked 2 days because I wasn't sure, how quickly your calendar would fill up and whether you would need help filling it. But you have had so many wonderful guests throughout all of December, and it just goes to show how loved you are in our crafty
Oh.
community. And I feel bad that I am here for a second day.
Oh, no, no, no.
And
Actually,
I've deprived your audience of maybe another
no.
unique crafter.
I don't think so because you brought such a great, topic for us to learn more about, because Better Press is a really new thing in the market right now, or especially here in the Philippines. And who a better person to guide us to it than one of the team design members of Spellbinder. So it's really an honor, and thank you, Lynn, for thinking of me, right? That, oh no, Lala's going live for 31 days. Will she have enough
I
guests?
know.
Yes, that was really, Lynn is always, not just to me, but she is really like that. She is really very helpful. Okay, not that is really her personality. So that's why people love her. We really love her because she is really very supportive. See, she said, "Okay, I'll bring 2 days so that Lala will not have issues anymore with," and it
I know. I
really
was
helped.
I was so worried for you because when I looked at your calendar, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she has so many openings."
Yes,
Let me,
because
because I took a break in
yes.
December where you and Jay really amped it up.
Ah,
I was
yes.
on a little, I was on a little break.
Yes, because I was a little bit late in coming up with, sending the invite. So I think it was on the 27th or 28th, and I go live December 1. Right? So,
I know.
and so I brought, sent the invites to my friends, crafty and non-crafty friends, to come on. And then, so when Lynn saw it, well, Lynn is one of the first ones to receive. It's like, oh, maybe she said, oh no, 31 days and there's so many blanks. So that's why. And I'm very grateful, Lynn, right? Because you always have always been there for me. Although, I'm a fairly new friend of Lynn's, but it's not really a matter of time. It's the value
Yeah.
that we have,
Yeah.
as friends. So I'm really, really very grateful to Lynn. And you will be seeing a lot of Lynn in my channel and in all my crafty events, right? Because she is really awesome that way. Yes, but remember, Blossom said you do 12-hour marathons. Right, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, that's the card world crafting day. Okay, so Lynn
Yes.
did a 12-hour marathon. That's why even if I was traveling from the Philippines going to
Oh my
California, I
gosh.
was still able to
Yes.
get into it because it was 12 hours long. Right? So,
Well, talk about dedication, my friend. You really saved me there. If folks don't know, I don't know if we have time. This is a really quick story. So,
yes.
World Card Making Day, I decided to do a 12-hour live stream. Lala decided that she would wake up super early to participate. But what she didn't realize was that she was traveling
That
that very
day.
same day because the time
Yes.
zone difference meant that, it
I
was
thought it
the
was the
day
day
before.
before that it was
Yes.
actually.
But Lala being such a good friend and such a wonderful person, she arranged for Miss Zell, Sprinkle with Cards, to take her
Yes.
spot. But not only did Lala arrange for somebody to take her original spot, she said, Lynn, I will be a part of this for you just 2 hours later. And I thought that meant, okay, she's going to be settled into wherever she got.
Mhm.
No, what that meant was Lala landed after I don't know how many hours of from Philippines to California,
About 17
but she
hours. Yes.
17 hours of flying, folks. Her cousin picks her up from the airport, drives her back to her cousin's home in California, over an hour drive.
Mhm.
Lala was able to set up remotely a top-down camera and was able to join us like within minutes of stepping through
And
the
that was so
doors
much
of.
fun. I'm so grateful I was able to do that. That was a mystery, the
Oh my
Mystery Craft along,
gosh.
and that's my favorite, guys. So
Yeah.
you have to be in Lynn's group, and then follow her on YouTube so you won't miss all of those notifications. Anyway, it's not too early for us, guys. It's actually doable because normally we wake up at 5 here because of the traffic. Or nowadays it's 6 a.m. every Sundays for us, guys. So you can easily, be there, right? So, and then Victor said, many wonderful guests, and of course, you are part of the guests. Okay, I made you do crafting, a techie guy doing crafting, guys. Watch that. Okay,
Yay.
it was a few days ago. Thank you, Victor, and of course, thank you to the many amazing guests that I have had. Of course, Lynn, twice over. Thank you, my friend. Again, because not being greedy or anything, because she just really wanted to help me, guys. Because as I said, when I sent out those invitations, I sent it out all at the same time. There were really lots of blank spaces or dates, right? So Lynn was like, okay, let's help. And despite knowing the fact that she really just wanted to chill this December, right? She's been, on many design teams doing a lot of crafting. Although crafting is a passion of ours, but we do need rest every now and then, right? So I hope that you are having so much fun and rest needed, Lynn, this past few days. Okay, Jay said this was
Yes.
great. Yes. So I thank you again, Lynn, for always being here
More
for
glue on
me
my hands.
at that project. Right?
Victor.
Because he didn't have the glue gun, so he used the regular craft glue and then said, Lala, this is just too messy. Right? But he
That's
was able
so
to do it,
funny.
Lynn, in fairness. Victor, you did a good job.
Aw.
See, Cordelia was there. Yes. OMG. It was a blast. Thank you, Blossom. Okay, I flight is going to be a party. I'll be to drink, to try and do anything after the flight. Yes, because Victor is coming over in February. And yes, I think his
Yay.
flight is longer than mine. Okay, I think the same when
Oh.
I went back. Maybe more than 20 plus hours going back.
Oh my gosh.
So, but he's flying, nice because he's on a more expensive flight. So there you go. There's one in January. Yes. Okay, so that's a challenge we're going to have. Oh, the Mystery Craft along. One in January. It's once every month, like Lynn. It's
Yes.
every third
It's once
Saturday.
every month.
Oh, okay.
For the most part, it should be the last Saturday of the
Last
month. And what
Saturday.
I like
Okay.
to Yeah, what I like to do is it's not on my channel. I like to try to help other people's channels grow. So
Mm-hmm.
I host it, but we stream it out to whoever's willing to design the mystery
Craft along.
craft along. So January will be Jay, and so he is going to be our designer, I guess, who will lead us on the mystery craft along. So that's already scheduled. It's on Jay's calendar, or it's on his YouTube channel if you want to hit the notify button so that you get reminded.
Yes, there you go. So if you
And
are not connected to
yeah.
anybody in the chat that you see right now, and please do check them out and see if you like their videos or if you like their channel. Consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you always get notified when they post videos or they go live. So guys, the Mr. Craft Along is something that I super love. In the beginning, I didn't know. I said, I joined, but what is an MCA? I didn't know, right? But but then it's super awesome, guys. So a few weeks or a week before at least, they post what you need to bring. That's the only thing you know. Other than that, we don't
Yep.
know what we're gonna be making. Right? We can make guesses, but basically nothing will be said about the project. So that's why it's Mystery Craft Lab. And whoever will lead will, slowly guide us through it. And then in the end, you'll see what's the project all. It's really fun, and you can also craft along with that Mystery Craft along, because they will tell you what materials to bring, right? So that's why I was able to do it despite being on a 17-hour flight, because I have all the stuff ready, pre-cut already, and we just put it together based on the prompting of whoever is the host for the Mystery
Yeah.
Craft
You
along.
were such a good sport, Lala, I have to
Oh,
say. You
I
were
love
like,
it.
I'll sign up, but I don't know what we're doing. I was like, don't worry, no one else does
Exactly. It's like,
either.
oh, I'm not supposed to prepare. Sorry. It's like, okay, so that's it, right? In the beginning, just be brave enough to try. The community is really, really nice. They won't judge you if you make a mistake. Oh, that's okay. That's fine, Lala. Okay, we'll do. Oh, I already prepared. You're supposed to not prepare. So another challenge that we have in Lynn's group is that sometimes we get the mini kits, right, Lynn? Okay, and it will be sent to
Yes.
you, but you're not supposed to open it because you're gonna all open it together, and then we're gonna craft with what we have. I didn't know the minute I received Jay's package, because
Yeah.
I opened it and
Well,
prepared. So I was like, ooh,
but that was okay because we did that as a see, look at us just chatting and
yeah.
shooting the
Sorry,
breeze now.
guys, if you need to
But
know what we want.
yeah, but the mini card kit is like another little fun activity that we do as part of Crafty Fun with Friends,
Mhm.
live streams, and we're gonna do that again in February. And what you received, Lala, was more of a giveaway, so it
Oh,
was
okay.
okay that you opened it. It was okay that
Okay.
you opened it.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
have to feel
Woo!
bad about
All right,
that.
all right. So see, but the thing is, they are really very nice about not just Lynn and everybody in the community. That's why I am there, and I love being there, and I've gained so many friends. Basically, everybody you see here, I've met through Lynn. Right. So thank you so
Aw.
much, Lynn, for opening up so many amazing opportunities for me and for our community, and hopefully for the Filipino crafting community. Okay, there you go. Guys, sorry this took longer than it's 29 minutes over. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna finish this. Okay, just finish all the comments. A marathon in January. I think it's the Mr. Cafalong Blossom. Sorry, yes, the Mr. Cafalong. Okay, my last minute mystery card, said Cordelia, was definitely a mystery. I did it all wrong. But that's again wrong, and part of the charm, right? So I also did something because you don't know what you're doing, right? So it's something, although they tell you what to do, sometimes we get the wrong signal in our brain, like what I did.
We get the wrong
All right, so
signals.
sometimes I said, "Oh, it's supposed to be that way." Oh, okay, but I already attached it. Oh, that's fine. It's okay. And I'll do,
Yeah.
right? So it's part of the fun,
Yeah.
right? So
It is.
would
It
love.
is.
It's not about perfection. It's really the fun and and the fellowship that is brought by this events. Would I love to catch that in January? Yes, Miss Wims. It's 6 a.m. for us, so perfect. What time is it going to be? Okay, best way to know Wims is head on over to this one. Okay, join the Facebook group. Okay, so and then once you're in the group, then you will see the notification when it's gonna be. Okay, and don't worry, I'll
Yeah.
remind you too. Good, that's 8 a.m.
Thank
Philippine.
you.
No, 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 that's already 6 a.m. Philippine time. Okay, so before we go to work, Miss Wims, because that's 4 p.m. for them, or 3 p.m. for them. Okay. So so it's on the 23rd, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, if it's
No,
4 p.m.
it's
Pacific.
the
Oh yeah,
it's 2
it's
p.m.
later.
Pacific, and Mystery Craft Along's on the 27th of
Ah, okay,
January.
okay. There you go, guys. So again, the best way if we're making the wrong post here about the dates and the time is to head on over to Lynn's channel and then also to Lynn's group. Good. It's all in the description of this video. Good, that's okay. I love the mini card kits from Lynn. Yes, Blossom, me too. January 27th is the last Saturday. So that's Sunday, Philippine time, guys, for those who are in the Philippines. I put my mystery card crafts along on my calendar. Perfect, right? So if you have Calendly or if you have a physical calendar, if you have planners, put all those things in so you don't miss a thing. All right, again, Lynn, thank you so much for joining us for the second time for my Vlogmas day number 27. And tomorrow I'm gonna be having Kendra. Yay!
Yay!
I'm super excited. So of course we're gonna do Kendra's Card Challenge 12. Okay, so for those who are part of my community who's new to this, what is that all about? Please join us tomorrow and you will get to know more about it as well. Again, Lynn, thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye
Lala. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again today, Lynn. Thank you so much, my friend. And I hope you have a great rest of the night or day wherever you are in the world. See you tomorrow. Bye.